Well, join us as we say bonjour and get ready for an extraordinary French experience. Now, purchase any Clover product for a chance to win an incredible adventure. 5 lucky winners and their partners could be saying bon voyage as they embark on a cruise to the paradise of Ibiza from the enchanting port of Marseille. Now, it's so wonderful to have you here, Raul, in the kitchen with me because we are really going to merge food and France because they really are a culinary match made in heaven. And these perfectly crafted cheese and potato croquettes is what our flavor for the day is. They are rich in flavor, crisped to perfection, and guaranteed to have everyone wanting more.
Yeah, you pretty much described them as kryptonite balls. How do we say no to this?
Kryptonite balls, I love that.
So we've got a lot going on, but it's actually not a lot, and it's not that overwhelming. On your side, you've got some mashed potato, which I've seen there, and then you've got garlic, chives, salt, and pepper, and that essentially is going to make up your mashed components. So you can pretty much get it started and mash those all together if you'd like. I'm going to be handling the dirty stuff, so that's why I've gloved up for this one. And not dirty in the sense of it's not a nice dirty, but it's just going to get sticky and a lot of flavor is going to get involved in your hands. So you don't have to wear the gloves, but you can indeed.
So you want to get in there with your gloves while you're at it?
Let me just get in here. I'm nice and
then I'm going to chop up some cheese for us because
yes,
that's going to go into the center of our croquet. Because when you are our croquette, because I nearly said you know, isn't croquet the sport?
Croquet is the sport, yes, but there's something interesting about croquette and croquet. Now, I know with a croquette,
yes,
right?
That's the food.
Apparently, the word comes from, I think what originally meant something to do with like crunch or something along those lines. And it's actually a French word, and hence the actual full term of croquette, because it gives you that crunch and that beautiful bite as you bite into these balls. Let me tell you, it's going to give you all of that.
Fantastic. So I'm going to get our center going with
amazing.
Our cheddar full cream cheese. You can play around with tassas if you want. We're going to go for cheddar today. You want, when you bite into that ball, for it to be cheesy, and it's going to melt as we deep fry them. So I'm just going to do a little, like a tiny little square.
I'm just picturing, like, while you're cutting that, just picturing that on a full melt inside these balls. Hopefully you can get the croquette crunch that we're desiring, and then once you get to the inside, imagine the melt of this and the flavor coming through from the cheese. Oh, it sounds like heaven. Hopefully we can replicate that right now.
Indeed. So
okay, nice.
So the cheese that needs to go into the center of the potato that you are.
Let me show you how we kind of make these. So you can see the 3 that have already been done prior. What I'm going to do here, let me just make it a little bit smaller. So I first make the ball, right? Just give it that like structure.
Okay.
And then I find this to be easier. You take one of these pieces, and then we're going to pop it inside. So check that out, cameraman.
You're squishing it in there.
Squish it in there, and then I can just kind of like fold it over. And then, voila, the cheese is gone.
Covered.
Yeah, you do, because remember, you want that heat to really come through from all sides and melt this cheese in a perfect way that just gives you that
crunch that you want. Oh, I love that.
Nicely done, and as simple as that, the cheese is there, and then we're going to our step 2.
Well, step 2 is deep frying our delicious balls. So we've got some hot oil ready on standby. We're going to start off with our ready-made balls that you've now made in the TV world.
Yes, in the TV world. And this is the interesting part, because I always thought that you'd start with the wet, like an egg yolk.
I also thought so.
Yeah, and then flour, and then your breadcrumb. But apparently with this one, we're doing it differently. So pay attention here. Firstly, we get the balls into the flour. So as you can see, dipping it in the flour. And like you're noticing right now, I think it's the moisture that's allowing the flour to actually bind with it. Now, we go over to the egg mix over here, and that's going to allow the breadcrumbs.
Oh, it looks like the egg's struggling to want to.
It is, yeah. You got to get involved in this one, but
make sure it's coated everywhere, because that's what's going to allow your breadcrumbs to stick to your croquettes.
Okay, we've got a good covering there. You see, this is why the gloves are really handy. And then we just breadcrumb this, and voila, it's primed, it's ready for action. I'll hand it over to Zoe over there, and she pops it into the hot oil.
And be careful, the oil is hot, so be gentle.
Nicely done.
There
I think our work here is done, Zoe.
Oh, fantastic. We're going to let that get golden before you get to say bon appetit. And if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, you can visit our website, expressoshow.com. And remember to stand your chance to win an amazing rugby experience. Buy any Clover product and keep your till slip handy. Then dial *120 *560# and follow the prompts to enter, and keep watching Expresso daily to find out more. There are some T's and C's that can be found on clover.co.za. Now look at this. This is pretty much, we have gone for a very beautiful.
Look at this, golden brown.
Golden.
It doesn't get better.
Do you want to should we open this up?
Oh, yes, please, let's do that. I've got a knife right here.
Look at that.
Moment of truth. I hope the cheese is melted.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
All right,
Otherwise,
cameraman,
we'll
are
have
you
to put it
zooming
back
on
in
this
there.
one? Do, do, do.
Did it melt? Did it melt? Did
It's
it
got a
melt?
bit of a melt. It's almost there.
We need to
all right.
fry it more to get more of that
Nicely
cheesy
done.
melt in
No,
it.
I'm happy with it. I think that's a job well done. Mzansi, you guys can try this as well. Obviously, just a little bit more time and the cheese will get a full melt. But
Need some more
it's
melt.
come together, though. It's
It
there.
did. I think
Nice.
our oil was a bit too hot, but you know what? This was incredible. So now you know.
I'll claim it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There you go.